Today we are starting off with our serum. Now we will go into some moisturiser. I used the Hydra B5 from Medik8 and the Avant, Duo Moisturiser or something. And now I will go in with the Ole Henriksen eye cream. I'm not going to prime today, I don't want to. But we're also going to do eyes first, so let's get into the eye. Oh, brows. So brush up my brow hairs, put them into place. And I'm not doing much with the brow pencil today. I am just... I'm doing a very light hand with the brow pencil today, just going in where I need it. Especially my arch, because I seem to have got rid of it. Brush them back up to disperse the product a bit more. Now we're going to cut them out. So in with concealer. This will also be my eye base. On a flat brush, we're just going to take some of that and underline them. Today I'm going to make sure to actually go on the top of my brow, because when we go in with foundation it means I don't have to go so close to my eyebrow and risk ruining them. Next eye, just underline. Perfect. Now I'm just going to go in with my sponge over that just to tap off any excess. I don't want it creasing, so just stops that from happening. Now we'll go in with a medium fluffy brush and the pink from the NikkieTutorials palette, and we're just going to put that in the inside corner and the outer corner. And we are just placing that just now, and I think we're just going to keep tapping on it to try and blend it out a little bit. Yeah. Buff, blend. I actually took off the product off my brush there. I wiped it on my trousers. Just so that I could go over the edges without any more product going down. Buffing over the edges, trying to get that completely blended out. Building it up. Now we are going to go in with the same brush, but the burgundy colour from the Tatti palette. And again, inner corner, outer corner, we're just popping it exactly in the same places that we did with the light pink, but we're not taking it up as far when we're blending. I am doing a lot of tapping blending today. I found it to be quite a lot easier. And then finally go through the middle just to join them together. I took a lot of time blending these, looking in different lights, trying to see how it was looking. So now I took a big fluffy blending brush and the original pink, and I took very minimal, and I even tapped that off. I just buffed over the edges extra lightly just to diffuse it a bit more. I took this quite high up into the brow. Meant I could be more sloppy in a way. I didn't have to be as careful with the darker colours because I was taking it up high anyway. Take advantage of what space you've got, okay? Again, just going back in with the burgundy. We're building up. Can you see already how much bluer my eyes look with this pink colour? I keep tapping over the edges just to try and disperse the product a bit more, just to get a more even blend. now we're going to go in with an even smaller brush. And we're going to go into a tiny bit of the burgundy and a bit of the black. Tiny bit of the black. And we're going to start really, really intensifying this inner corner and outer corner. Just in the inner corner, kind of tap and drag very gently. Oh, I won't mean very gentle there by the looks of things. But it helps. It just does the work for me almost. I was going in with very light hands here. I was building it up as and when I felt I was ready to. Switching between the 3 brushes actually, because you can go. I don't think there was anything extra on that brush. It just really helps merge the colours together a bit more. Holding that brush right at the end too, because I want quite a light touch. Building again. Taking it through the centre now. You'll see I keep looking up at the camera, and that's to see in the camera where I needed to blend a bit more, because in my mirror it looked fine, and every time I looked into the camera I was like, oh, more. Just keep looking in different lights, move your head around, figure out where you need to take your time a bit more. Pulling it out into the brow. Out into the temple, I mean. You can see I'm really tapping off the dust, or shouting at the dogs, tapping off the dust because I didn't want to add too much extra product. I wanted to be really controlled with this look. Going back in with the black, make it even darker. That will do, I think. Nope, going back. I really was moving my head a lot more and trying to get the blending perfect. My eye trick, where I put it in the centre, make sure it's off your lashes, and then eye roll. Look right up. And it'll transfer to where you need it to. Then just build that C on the top of the eye. Follow your crease shape, but do it above your crease. If you need to. If you don't need to, then don't. But you want to be able to see that shimmer when we put it on. The brush I used for this was way too big. I wish I used a smaller one. Just tapping, trying to get that curve. Now I go back in with this brush, but I don't add any more, and I don't add any more eyeshadow, and I just buff over the edges of the concealer to blend it in slightly. Now we are going, I go in with a tiny bit more concealer because I wanted it a bit brighter on the top. It's going to be covered with pink, so I don't know why I needed to do this, but I just did, okay? That made all the difference for me, I don't know why. Again, buff over. Now we are going in with the shimmery pink from the Nikkie palette. I prefer to use my fingers for a shimmer, but when it comes to a cut crease that I want really sharp, I do try and use a brush. So I did use a brush here, and very luckily these go on the eye with the brush perfectly. Buff over once more. I went into the shimmery burgundy colour from the Tatti palette just because I wanted a blend between the light pink and the dark. So I tapped that right in between. Gave it more of an ombre that I wanted. Then we went in with black. No, we didn't. What did we go in with? Just buffed it. Now I went in with more black. Just wanted that outer corner and inner corner intensified even more. I wanted it to really make my eyes look big. I wanted that shadow on either side to make my eyes look really, really round and big. Also acted like liner too. Foundation, this is my L'Oreal Fresh Wear, my favourite, on a sponge. Bouncing that in. And you'll remember I put the concealer around the eyebrows, so now I won't have to go as close to my eyebrows and risk ruining them. Right down the neck. I'm not going too high up to my eye because we're going to put concealer there. So you don't want to pile up the product in an area that it will show. See, I don't have to go near my eyebrows. This foundation is beautiful. Just make sure you're looking to see that it is completely blended. Concealer under the eyes. This is considerably lighter than my, well, not really, but still. Down my nose, T-zone, side of my nose. I've been doing there lately because I found any foundation I've been putting there at the moment is just breaking away quickly, so putting a bit of concealer on. You'll see here, you can see the line. So I did an up and down bounce motion there, and it blended it as needed. So first bounce where you want most of it, and then bounce up and down to blend it out into the rest of the face. Again, using the sponge with this is such... I couldn't use anything else with concealer really because it takes away anything you don't need. You don't want excess product under there. You want it to be as light as possible. Again, go back over and make sure it's all blended. Now I'm going in with a little bit of a matte powder, Huda under the eyes and the T-zone. That is the only place I go with this. This makes me too dry if I use it. And then we're going to go into my magic trick, which is my Bare Minerals. You will see. So this is a little bit darker, which is why I had to put the lighter matte powder everywhere else. But this, it bronzes me up in the process. But that does not look like powder. It looks like I'm being really harsh with this brush, but I'm honestly not. I'm trying to be gentle. Look how much warmth that's put into my face, and I am glowing. Like that, my face does not look powdered. Sorry. Bronzer, Best smelling bronzer of life. Bronzer brush, find it, Rebecca. This is a tapered brush, so it's angled. I want to keep the shorter stubby end on the cheekbone and then the fluffier end at the top, because we want to, it makes it easier to blend out when the fluffier end is where you want to blend it. Oh, I can't talk today, I'm sorry. Make sure you're even. I just have to say, I'm quite tired today, so I do have a lazy eye today, and I do keep noticing that in this video. Right, my magic trick. So we're going to go into my bronzer and we're going to incorporate this into the eyes. Lift the corner and put it into the brow. Oh, I love this trick. I don't know why I have to do this now. Can't do a look without it. Up into the temples. Makes it all cohesive. I don't know, I don't know. Highlighter. This is my MAC. I've been back on my MAC love lately because I've ordered a new one. Look at that. Top of the cheekbones. I move around to see where the light is hitting your face. So you will see that it's my cheekbones, above my eyebrows, my chin, yep, my nose. And I do look, even though I know where I put highlight, I have to put highlight everywhere, but still look. Oh, I love it. Blusher. I wanted to use this one because it's my favourite, but it was too peachy. I put it on anyway. But you can see I just wasn't quite happy with it. So I went into the pink that we used on the eyes from the Nikkie palette, the light pink. Very light-handed. Tapped off a lot. And just put that slightly on top, and it brought the pink more onto the face as well as the eyes. High up, you don't want to drag the face down with the blusher. Now for some Nabla. Just on the very high points. You can never have too much. I don't care what anybody says, you can never have too much. A brown eyeliner. I couldn't find the one I wanted, but this one ended up working out better. And I'm making sure to take this past my lashes. I want this as eyeshadow too, so I'm buffing it into the eyelashes quite a lot. And on the top borderline, tight line, whatever it's called. A small brush. And going in with the burgundy from the Tati palette. And we're just gonna go between the light pink and the brown. Exact same colours as we've used on top, or the matte ones I should say. We just don't actually need to go in with black down here. Again, just slightly blending out that harsh edge of the pink at the bottom. Lips. So we're taking a more pink toned lip liner today. Just realised I've done my mascara and I've bumped it, so we'll leave that to dry. So we're starting off in the bottom lip. We're going to go slightly under the lip, but we're going to keep the sides to my lip line and then join them up. You always want to keep your lips connected to your natural lip on the corners. Does that make sense? No. Now we're going to do this little cross on the Cupid's bow. Take it, move the mirror. Take it down to the corner. I do slightly go over my lip line on my top because I don't have a lip. Next side. Keep taking a look back, looking in a bigger mirror, seeing where you need to go, how to make it even. Which I needed to do a lot of today. Colour it in. I wanted my lips all this. I hated my lip colour, but oh well. Me trying to figure out where the lipstick that I wanted was, and it was in Jamie's changing bag. Thought I'd lost it. So this is very light. I just wanted it in the centre, and I blended it out with my finger. I wanted quite an ombre. But this was too peachy for the look today. So you'll see. I now go in with a gloss thinking that'll help, but that was even more peachy. So I went in with a pink liquid lipstick. Yeah, on top. Just kind of blended that in a little bit again with my finger. It made it bare. Now we're getting rid of that black spot. It's completely dry. We're going in with a spoolie and just flicking it away. Taking my time so that I don't disrupt the product underneath it. You don't want to move your foundation. MAC. What's it called? Oh. Nylon eyeshadow. Favorite thing ever, that and my highlighter. Right, into my inner corner, just brighten up that a little bit. Brush up my brows. Because I wanted a brow highlight today, apparently. I think that's because my eyes, I've got a sleepy eye today. Now in with a tiny bit more gloss, and that is it. So that is the finished look. I hope you like it. Please try it. Bye.